From firing one of the most iconic actors to ever portray the Man of Steel to the countless fans urging him to hire David Corenswet, James Gunn reveals his controversial new cast for Superman. One thing's for sure, Gunn's already gotten some backlash for giving Henry Cavill the boot. I'll be the first to say that Man of Steel was an underwhelming movie with the grim tone, bloated plot, and cheesy dialogue rubbing most fans the wrong way. But Henry Cavill was the film's sole saving grace, earning him a place as one of the greatest actors to ever wear the red cape. That's what made it so shocking when I found out he won't be returning to the role. Cavill had been absent from the DCU for a few years by that point, but the Black Adam post-credits scene made it seem like he'll be coming back for a new storyline. The folks at Warner Brothers clearly didn't have a set plan for their star, because as soon as James Gunn took control, Cavill announced he wouldn't be joining the new Superman reboot. The fans were absolutely furious when they found out. They took to Twitter to express their support for the British actor, with one fan openly calling Henry the best actor to bring Superman to the big screen. That's saying something, given how Christopher Reeve defined the role in the original films. That Black Adam tease made things even worse, because it led most fans to believe that Cavill would play the superhero for years to come. This proved just how big of an impact Henry had on the DCEU, and it was hard to see anyone else replacing him. After all, Cavill represented everything we love about the Man of Steel. It's easy to think of Supes as an all-powerful god, but at his core, he's just your average guy from Kansas. That's just how Henry chose to play him. From the chiseled jaw to his compassionate, kind personality, Henry balanced Clark Kent's various traits so precisely that it felt like he was made for the role. I also think that he captured Kal-El's loneliness in a way that no one else did. Christopher Reeve and Brandon Routh portrayed him as a noble, all-American hero, but Cavill's the only actor that understood Superman's isolation as the last of his kind, so I'd say that he deserved a seat at the table. Given all of this, why on earth would Gunn decide to fire him? Well, fired might not be the right term here. Rather, Gunn said that Henry simply wasn't hired in the first place. The new Superman film has no connection to the old DCU, and with everything starting from scratch, James didn't think Henry would fit in. To his credit, he acknowledged how badly Cavill's been treated by the studio, but that won't be enough for the millions of fans that are upset about his departure. If you're worried about never seeing Cavill in the DCU, I have some good news. Cavill's reportedly in talks with James Gunn to play a different character. There aren't many details for now, with Gunn denying the rumors that he'd join Creature Commandos as Frankenstein. Some insiders suggest that Cavill might end up playing Hal Jordan, which would give him his DCU debut in the upcoming HBO Max series, Lanterns. Whatever the case may be, Cavill deserves a spot in the franchise he helped build, but the ball's in Gunn's court, so we'll have to wait to see what he decides. For now, all eyes are on James as he scouts Hollywood for the next Superman, and he's been pretty clear about what he's looking for. You see, Gunn wants a relatively young actor, because his version of Superman's gonna be new to the hero gig. Cavill's no spring chicken, hitting the big 4-0 in 2023, so I kinda get why Gunn didn't want him for the role. James is looking for an actor that can take on the role of a young, inexperienced Superman, someone that can grow and mature alongside the rest of the DCU and slowly build a distinct character arc that'll tie the whole saga together. A bunch of frontrunners emerged when casting finally began in April 2023, but I gotta tell you, things are looking pretty sus. Did you know that Gunn's considering a soap opera star for the lead role? I'm not kidding. Insiders have said that bold and the beautiful star Pearson Fode's in the running, and I'm honestly on the fence about it. I mean, Fode's got the right body for it, and his messy black hair's true to the source material too. But come on, is this really the best Gunn can come up with? When asked about the rumor, Gunn gave his standard reply. Ask the studio instead. Conveniently enough, Warner Brothers has a no-comment policy, so there's no way to tell if it's true. But the inside source gave a pretty detailed story about how Fode caught Gunn's eye. Apparently, Pearson sent some childhood home videos to the director, showing how he grew up on a small-town farm, just like Clark Kent. Gunn seemed to like what he saw, because someone with a similar background might naturally bring Superman's small-town vibe. That said, I grew up in a big, crime-infested city, but you won't see me auditioning for the role of Batman anytime soon. Okay, to be fair, Fode's got some decent acting chops too, Apart from his 3-year stint on The Bold and the Beautiful, he has some minor superhero experience thanks to his 2020 appearance on Supergirl. He's also shown a bit of action prowess in The Man from Toronto, and has got a thriller film called Marshmallow on the cards too. There's clearly more to him than just a pretty face, and at 31, he's just the right age to play a younger Superman. But can we really trust these rumors? I mean, this wouldn't be the first time I heard a bogus insider report. Remember when everyone thought Logan Lerman got the part? The young actor's made a name for himself after starring as Percy Jackson, along with solid performances in Hunters and Fury, so people just took insiders at face value when they said his casting was confirmed. In a hilarious twist, Gunn not only denied the rumors, but went on to say that he didn't even know who Lerman was. That wasn't a dig at the actor, by the way. Hollywood's a big place, and James has worked with hundreds of people, so it's not surprising that he hadn't heard of Logan before. Just a few weeks before this, sources claimed that Jacob Elordi was guaranteed to play Superman. Gunn immediately swooped in to put the rumors to rest, clarifying that no casting decisions had been made at that point. So-called insiders are notorious for spreading baseless rumors. So is Fode's casting just another example of that? I'm assuming it is, because countless other actors have been tied to the role, and most of them seem way more suitable than Fode. For one thing, Nicholas Holt's one of the hottest contenders out there, and with 4 X-Men movies under his belt, I'd say he has the right experience for the job. Now, almost all reports claim that he's been shortlisted for Superman, but others claim he's being eyed for the role of Lex Luthor instead. Gunn included a mysterious character called Apex in the casting call, and rumor has it that it's the superpowered version of Lex Luthor in the comics. He'll need someone jacked up to bring that version of Lex to life, and Holt seems like a better fit for that than Superman. Fans seem to agree with that, and they're just as united in their pick for the next Superman. You see, out of all the rumored frontrunners, David Corenswet appears to be the most popular choice by far. I can see why, because Corenswet could earn the part on looks alone. The jaw, hair, and baby blue eyes seem like they're ripped straight from the comics, and the dimples are a nice touch too. It's about more than just his looks though. Corenswet played a tragic yet inspiring character called River Barkley in The Politician, giving his uplifting speeches with sincerity rather than sarcasm, and he brought a ton of charisma and all-American charm to Hollywood too. Look, Superman was originally supposed to embody old-school ideals, truth, justice, and the American way. Sounds corny, but that's Superman for you. Gunn needs an actor that can pull that off without it seeming like a gimmick, and Corenswet really looks like the right guy for the job. His 6'4" frame certainly helps his case, as does his track record for playing idealistic, magnetic characters throughout his career. Don't just take it from me. Corenswet's gotten more fan support than any other contender, and if Gunn picks Fode over him, something tells me the DCU will be off to a rough start. So from the fans calling for David Corenswet to get the lead role, to the firestorm created by Henry Cavill's dismissal, this was everything you needed to know about James Gunn's controversial casting options for Superman.